Hello everyone. Greeting from paradise, otherwise known as Singapore. Besides COVID-19, one of the hottest topic around is cryptocurrency. Is the price going up? Is the price coming down? My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider. Every week, I'll be making videos about cryptocurrency investing. So if this is a topic that you are interested in, I'd like you to gently tap the subscribe button below and thumbs up and also the notification so that whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. And we are very happy and fortunate to have my friend, one of the authority in financial investing and market right here today. He's none other than Dr. Clemen Chiang. Welcome, Dr. Clemen Chiang.
Thank you so much, Richard, for having me in your show. Thank you very much.
Well, time flies. This is another week again. Yeah, and in cryptocurrency, things moves very fast. And I want to say this is that over the last 24 hours, 48 hours, big news are coming. This is really very big. It's a big one. Okay, in Germany, the new law came into effect yesterday, 1st of July, that allow over 4,000 German institution fund. And altogether, and that was in euro, the fund is in Europe. In converted in US dollar, it is 2 trillion in asset will now be eligible to invest up to 20% in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. Now, if you multiply 2 trillion by 20%, that is in excess of 400 billion. There's a lot of money coming into the crypto market. Now, another development, very interestingly, about the same time, is NCR open Bitcoin purchase to banks and credit union. So in the US, 650 US bank will soon be able to offer Bitcoin purchase to an estimate of 24 million total customer. Wow, this is big. Like lots of money are coming in. Trillions of dollars are coming into the crypto market. Now, the other is George Soros, right? The news about George Soros hiring a new CIO. George Soros fund, right? Investment fund now turned its attention to Bitcoin, right? It's all over the news. Now, I will ask you a follow-up question about George Soros later, right? So let's handle the big money, the German and the US money injecting into Bitcoin. Dr. Clemen, what do you see as an impact with so many hundreds or trillions of dollars, right, of German and US money coming into the crypto market?
Wow, Richard. You're spot on. And this is a really powerful question to begin with. You know, this news really just came off our traditional media for cryptocurrency. That's none other than CoinDesk. And they reported that German law allowing $415 billion worth of investment into crypto takes into immediate effect. Now, how do we think about this number? We simply think about we have 400 Elon Musk that just stepped into the crypto world. Yeah,
that's a good analysis.
And we can put Elon Musk aside forever. Right now, we just focus on Germany, going to take over this world by storm. And that's going to be 400 times the effect of the Elon Musk scandal as well. You know, when we talk about the Elon Musk scandal, Richard, this is exactly right here. I need to show our viewers right here where exactly is the Elon Musk scandal, right? So this is the Bitcoin chart. And on this particular day right here, when we spotted a crazy green candle that moved up $10,000 in one day of the Bitcoin price. This is the Elon Musk candle.
Wow.
If we have 400 of the Elon Musk, holy moly, that's 4,000 of this candle. 400 times 10,000, that's like, wow, that is really huge. We're going to see 400 of these candles, 400 times 10,000. Let's take our calculator. In my assignment, my mind cannot connect. 400,000 10,000 to be exact. That's $4 million of Bitcoin price movement. All right. And of course, they put out a mandate like this, which is a really positive news. Thereby, it is the start. It's the start, a new dawn for the world of Bitcoin hodlers, and the timing is really perfect. And with this, you also jump from Germany, we kind of switch the world back to United States. And this is another big news just also published on traditional media Forbes. 6 billion NCR company opens Bitcoin purchase to 650 banks and credit unions. And again, we are looking at a very, very powerful number right here. And what is this very important number? We are looking at straight away an adoption of potentially 24 million total customers.
Wow.
This is what it is all about. And everybody will kind of want to have a taste of it. You know, Richard, just like the good old days when the local banks wanted to adopt savings program for the children. And I was in the era, and they give us a little cute little piggy bank, put our coin inside.
Yeah, I remember.
Once the piggy bank is filled up, we walk into the bank and pass this to the bank officer and kind of deposit the money. This is exactly a repeat of that. 24 million customers, they're going to try it out. And over time, they're going to increase more and more of their monthly income, converting into buying the purchase of Bitcoin. Wow, this is really, really huge. And the third piece that you brought up to us, and so sharp, this is our legendary George Soros, who founded the Quantum Fund together with Jim Rogers. And by the way, Jim Rogers right now is residing in Singapore with his wife and 2 daughters. Both of them speak fluent Beijing Chinese. Okay. Oh my gosh. They are the appointed master of ceremony for most of the events in Nanyang Primary School. Now, let's come back to George Soros, because he has appointed a very, very important and powerful lady, and her name we're going to highlight to everybody. Please note down this very important big name, and her name is called Dawn Fitzpatrick. So this is the lady here. And what she's right now kicking start, the whole entire process is to approve traders to prepare to trade Bitcoin in recent weeks. This is mega. And why this is so mega to us? Because we know George Soros' history. He is acquainted with money since the beginning of time. And right over here in an article in 2015, flashback, how George Soros broke the Bank of England, British pound, and why hedge funds probably can't crack the euro. And that's the reason why we believe that George Soros will be the one to crack a breakthrough in Bitcoin. So, Richard, this is mega, mega news for today. Holy moly news.
Okay, now, George Soros, let's come back to George Soros, right? George Soros has been brilliant in making money, but the thing is that he makes money for himself. So I want to ask you this question, Dr. Clemen. Is he good for the Bitcoin community?
Absolutely, Richard, because George Soros, his level of thinking doesn't just think about the retail average Joes. That is out of his reach. His level of thinking also doesn't reach just to the billionaires and the sovereign wealth funds. It is still not his level. His level is nationwide. Wow. That's why he's famously known for shorting Bank of England, the British pound at the country level. He also famously shorted the Thai baht during Asian financial crisis. He also famously coined by Dr. Mahathir, ex-Prime Minister of Malaysia, as the man who shorted the ringgit in Malaysia. This man is about money at the country level. And that's the reason why, he's funding major projects across the world that can kind of shift and turn around changeover of governments. His thinking is at the government level. So my suspect is 3 very important points related to George Soros. Number 1, he wants to get ahead before other countries start snapping up the digital gold. That is number 1. Number 2, he's going to go after those countries and penalize them really heavily if they do not adopt Bitcoin. That is always his style, to cause the entire country to go bankrupt. And number 3, right now, if he's going to permeate this to across his broad base of high net worth customers, then jolly well, you're going to see a major deployment of his funds into Bitcoin. And these are the 3 major takeaways when we relate George Soros, how he shorted Bank of England, to today, right now, he appointed Dawn Fitzpatrick, and into the future, how he's going to move the George Soros funds into the area of Bitcoin.
Wow. That's amazing insight that you have. Okay, so we all thank you for this head start, and all the viewers, you know what to do, okay? Do it before George Soros take any concrete action that move the market. And you know, where is the price going up, is the price going down? If George Soros come and move the market, it doesn't take an intelligent person to know where is the direction of the movement. Now, Dr. Clemen, you mentioned a bit of nation, right? Nation. Now, countries are not banks, are not just high net worth, are not normal people. Like countries, they so-called, they have to perform, or they have to act with care and due diligence because they are countries. Now, I did a Google search and saw an article that Singapore Sovereign Fund, Wealth Fund, Temasek, buying Bitcoin since 2018. Yeah, now Singapore Sovereign Fund, Temasek, is a very respectable and well-managed fund because they are managing the money of the people of Singapore. Yeah, so of course they have this duty to protect the money and to grow the money. And when a sovereign fund invests in Bitcoin, which is something that's very new, can you verify this? Is there any way to verify this in Temasek's annual report? Now, Temasek is not new to cryptocurrency space either, as they have invested in Binance Singapore way back too. So they have some experience. So what is your thought on all this?
Wow, that's a really, very heavy loaded question, because we're talking about right now Singapore's very own sovereign wealth fund. And I want to pull up the data right here to kind of give a context to the ranking of all these sovereign wealth funds that we are talking about. This is a really important ranking. And I'm going to show all of our viewers here this particular ranking of all the sovereign wealth funds in the world. Here we go. So ranking number 1, that is the Norges Bank from Norway. They are number 1 in terms of asset under management. But interestingly enough for us, number 2 and number 3 is actually Singapore's GIC, and number 3 is Singapore's Temasek Holdings. So the context is they are really rich and powerful. And just now you were asking, is there a context on, do we have evidence that they bought into Bitcoin? And I managed to pull this out from a recent report dated 25th of March, and that's coming from Raoul Pell. Now, Raoul Pell is from a Goldman Sachs background. This is not an ordinary guy, all right? He has all his data. In fact, he converted all his fiat currency into Bitcoin. And he's telling the whole world that Temasek has been buying Bitcoin since 2018, mama. and this is huge, all right? Because he put it out on an official tweet, which is a verified account of Twitter. And, you know, this is the thing that we cannot really go out there and proclaim that this is a fake news, because it's passed through Twitter, and this is a really big, important information. Now, but how much they are buying, we do not know. We know that they bought, and we know they bought early at 2018. We also know that, you know, Richard, you share with us, they are an investor through Vertex, putting money into Binance, the largest crypto exchange of the world. And in fact, today, there was a big article just on Binance and Temasek. And, you know, this is really huge because recently Binance is kind of under investigation all over the world. And as a result, they have to come out to explain what's going on. And let me show you guys the article right here. Here we go. Binance, the giant crypto exchange under regulatory scrutiny, and that's from mainstream media, the Straits Times of Singapore, and of which this article did mention about the relationship between Temasek, Vertex, and as well as Binance. All right, so right now, everybody is putting their lenses on this particular article. And in fact, Singapore Central Bank came into comment as well. So this is the whole portion here, talking about Binance Asia Services backed by Temasek Unit Vertex, which runs the Binance.sg platform. So for Singaporeans, I think you are in safe hands because This is under the watchful eyes of Monetary Authority of Singapore. So we got a sovereign wealth fund involved. But the biggest news is this, Richard. We know that Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy is the leading advocate right now. Now, this public company, the largest shareholder happens to be BlackRock.
Okay.
And the shareholder of BlackRock happens to be Temasek. So we connect all these things together. Yes, there's certain level of truth that Temasek has invested into Bitcoin since 2018.
Wow. That gives some comfort to many ordinary people who may not have all the update of all the sophisticated information, data, and analysis. But if my country's sovereign fund, which I actually also have some shares, actually, for Singapore citizen, you know, your CPF money and all that, right? So if they actually do invest in Bitcoin, you can be very sure that Temasek Holding, they have scholars, they have analysts, they are brilliant people, they have done their due diligence, and you know, you can decide and make your own decision on that. Okay, good. Now, Dr. Clemen, last couple of video, right, 1 or 2 video ago, we talk about the death cross, the cross between the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. So it hit on the 17th of June. It happened just recently. Now, some analysts is talking about the Golden Cross. So we have the death cross, we have the Golden Cross. What is that? What do we expect? When do we expect that? And what should ordinary investor do?
Wow, that's a great question. So let me share with all of our viewers today. First of all, let's plot out the 3 very important lines, all right? So I'm using finance.yahoo.com chart, and I go to indicators, moving average, and 50-day, I typically select a red color line because it's moving very fast and furious, safe. And there you go, the red color line is the 50-day moving average. Then I take out the 200-day, I'll change it into the green line, red, green, blue. So you have a 200-day is the green line. And finally, you need one more line, which is the 100-day. And that will be the blue color I typically select on, all right? So what we have done over here is to understand the concept of the death cross and as well as the golden cross. So here we go. We're going to go back in time to this period here where death cross actually happened. So this was back in 2020. The red line, which is the 50-day moving average line, crosses below the green line right at this spot. So officially at that spot, the death cross has taken place. And once this has taken place, I'm going to mark out for all of our viewers right here. This is the particular spot. We can observe that straight away the price of Bitcoin kind of a collapse over this period here, all right? Now, then your question is, how about the Golden Cross? So I'm going to draw for us the Golden Cross right now, and I'm going to kind of change the color so that we have a context. The Golden Cross is whereby the 200-day, the 50-day move above the 200-day. So right over here, this is the 50-day red line, move above the 200-day green line and kind of move up, right? And from that point onwards, you can see the movement is like, holy moly, to the moon. So the death cross typically happens over a short period as compared to the Golden Cross. So you can see right here, this is the death cross. And this bear market period spans across about 2-3 months. Once they get off the winter season, boom, it starts to go up already. So we're going to move forward right now to current time. And this is the current time that we are talking about where death cross have occurred. And I'm going to kind of move it down like this so that you all have the context of timing as well as pricing, all right? So here we go. Step 1. Do we have the red line crossing below the 200-day, 50 crossing below the 200-day green line? Yes. So that spot, let's mark it out one more time. This is the official death cross. But we believe that after some winter period, is the red line going to cross above the green line again? And that from that point onwards, that is the golden cross. It will go somewhere around like this. And this is why the technicians of the world are still aiming and still committing to the fact that by end of this year, Bitcoin should cross $100,000 per coin. This is the magical moment that we are waiting for a golden cross to happen. And I believe it will be somewhere around right here. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to draw and kind of take the vision of this part here. And that is where, you know, from the death cross, it's going to move into the golden cross. And thereafter, it will spike all the way to the moon. Back to you, Richard.
Very, very interesting. Just very, very interesting insight, because we have done a series of video, and there are many video that Dr. Clemen, you have indicated precise number, right? Precise number is not just a range, but a precise number, and it has come to pass. So all the viewers, do log on to this video, because you will be laughing all your way to the bank. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank. Now, personally, I am very, very, very positive and bullish on Bitcoin. I felt that this is one of the best financial opportunity of this decade, and opportunity that you must not miss. That's the reason why I'm promoting this global Bitcoin festival. It's a gathering of industrial experts and enthusiastic community of Bitcoin holder to update, promote, and educate and the adoption of Bitcoin. This will happen for Europe and for Asia. Now, Dr. Clemen, what can you say to those who want to know more about Bitcoin and capitalize on this opportunity?
Wow, Richard. Today we have really, 4 to 5 great stories that we present to our viewers. I mean, every day is just cumulative, build up. The kind of explosion is going to take place really, really soon. Number one, what have we discussed today? We have a 415 billion opportunity from Germany that represents 400 Elon Musk out there. They're going to come in by storm the moment they flood the market with the money. That is from Germany. Number two, we're also talking about the United States. There's 24 million ready customers ready to adopt Bitcoin. And think about the piggy bank concept. They're going to start off a little, and over time, boom, it will just explode. They're going to put more and more money to buy into Bitcoin because there is a craze right now. And number three, with George Soros coming in. This is the money guy. This is the guy that destroys countries, literally using money, because he's an FX expert. With the appointment of Dawn Fitzpatrick, this is the lady that's going to spearhead the whole rush into acquiring digital gold before any other countries out there can step ahead in front of George Soros. This is always his game plan. He has to move faster than all the bureaucracies laid down by governments of the world. That's how he makes his money. And with that, we lead all the way down to Sovereign Wealth Fund Temasek. I mean, if you are still not hearing correctly, these are really very smart people. In fact, Sovereign Wealth Fund is one of the leading trader in the US stock market. They are so actively trading, and most of their deals is like spike up. It's like so easy just following Temasek. And that's the kind of a comfort you're going to take home from here. And finally, leading to the death cross, resurrecting to a golden cross. And we kind of resurrect up. And you know, you have to catch the spike before it happens. If you entered after the golden cross has taken place, you are again behind the curve. That's the reason why I'm so excited, Richard, about the Global Bitcoin Festival, because you've given us this window of opportunity to catch the spike before it happens. And that's the reason why I want all of you go out there right now, register for the upcoming events that's going to take place globally, and you'll be so flooded with powerful ideas, but you still need to take the first step of action.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen, for all your insight and condensing, many information, data into just very short 20 minutes information and just 20-minute video. So thank you so very, very much. Now, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Richard Tan and Dr. Clemen Chiang, wishing all of you wealth, health, and happiness in your life. And wait till we see you. We can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you.